ఇంటర్మీడియట్ విద్యా రంగంలో అగ్రగామి మన ఎన్ఎస్ఆర్ ఇంపల్స్ ఎడ్యుకేషన్ ఇన్స్టిట్యూషన్. ఐఐటి జేఈఈ అయినా నీట్ అయినా తిరుగులేని విద్యా సంస్థ ఎన్ఎస్ఆర్ ఇంపల్స్.
Kwashiorkor disease is appears in the above 1 years old infant. Means after 1 year, if the mother milk is replaced with low protein diet, definitely in that child after some time Kwashiorkor disease appears. But in the case of the marasmus, below in 1 year child, if the mother milk is replaced with diet which is poor in proteins as well as carbohydrate, that must be leads to the marasmus disease in below 1 year child. What are the symptoms of marasmus disease means? Physical and mental stunting, means physically as well as the mentally growth is not occurs properly. Physical growth is very poor, as well as the nervous system development is also very poor. That is said to be as the physical and the mental stunting. Both the physical growth as well as the mental growth is gets stunted here. Second one is that extreme emaciation of body. Extreme emaciation means very thin body is appears, person body is becomes very thin. That is said to be as the extreme emaciation. Again, thinning of limbs also very clearly appear, because proteins which may be present in the muscles of limbs or gets eradicated. Due to that reason, that is leads to the thinning of limbs. Again, dry, thin and wrinkled skin is appears in this kind of the child. Wrinkled means a folded skin, loose skin is said to be as the wrinkled. Dry, thin, wrinkled skin is appears in this kind of the child. This marasmus disease is very commonly appear in the case of the children whose mother maybe gets occurs or gets a second pregnancy immediately after first delivery. After first delivery, within a short period, if the mother gets a second pregnancy, then automatically that child must be replaced with mother milk. That child must be replaced with other nutritional food material with mother's milk. If that other nutritional food is not properly with proteins as well as the carbohydrate, that must be leads to the marasmus disease. Means if the mother successfully gets pregnancies, definitely in her progeny this kind of the marasmus disease is very commonly appear. Next, what are the symptoms of the Kwashiorkor disease means? What are the symptoms of the Kwashiorkor disease means? Here also physical and mental stunting is very common. Means definitely in the Kwashiorkor disease also, due to the lack of the protein, muscle construction may not be taken place. That leads to the physical defect in the case of the person, means physical growth is gets affected. At the same time, nervous system development is also not occurs properly. That is nothing but physically and mentally stunting. Here also thinning of limbs. Here also thinning of limbs is very commonly appear, means both legs as well as the hands of the person are very linear, very thin. Again, here wasting of muscle. Wasting of muscle means muscles are very thin. Muscle construction may not be taken place. Muscles are appears as very thin. That is said to be as the wasting of muscle. Again, extreme edema is very commonly appear due to the accumulation of the fat under the skin of the body. Due to the accumulation of the fat under the skin of the body, extreme edemoid condition. Edema means the body shows the swelling, specifically under the skin of the face. This fat storing is taken place, that finally leads to the, that must be leads to the edemoid condition in the case of the person's face. Means face of the person shows the swelling because of due to the accumulation of the fat. That is the extreme edemoid condition. Wasting of muscle means muscles are very thin. Thinning of the limbs and physical and mental stunting is also very commonly appear. Definitely, if in the question the word wasting of muscle, extreme edemoid condition, if both of them are mentioned, blindly you have to say that disease is the Kwashiorkor disease. If in the case of the question extreme emaciation word is given, blindly how to identify that disease is nothing but marasmus disease. Very important in NEET examination point of view. Definitely in which of the following disease extreme emaciation of body, thinning of limb, dry, thin and wrinkled skin is appears, means that is nothing but marasmus disease. In which of the following disease thinning of limb, wasting of muscle, extreme edemoid condition is appears, means that is nothing but Kwashiorkor disease. This is the digestive system disorders. Next chapter is respiratory system. Next new chapter is in human physiology. New chapter is respiratory system or breathing and exchange of respiratory gases. Second chapter is breathing and exchange of respiratory gases or respiratory system. Next topic in the human physiology is the breathing and exchange of respiratory gases or the respiratory system. This respiratory system is also called as calorie burner and energy provider. So then why we say respiratory system is the calorie burner and energy provider, means digestive system always digest the macromolecules into micromolecule. This micromolecules are gets absorbed into the blood through the wall of alimentary canal. The digested food materials which are reaches into alimentary canal are acts as the fuel for cell for oxidation. Means due to the digestion, From the proteins, amino acids are gets formed here. From the carbohydrates, glucose, fructose, galactose are formed here. This digested food materials are absorbed into blood. Through the blood they reaches into cell. Definitely inside of the cell, these materials are acts as the raw material for oxidation. By that way, energy gets releases finally. Means definitely this kind of the materials are acts as the fuel. They acts as the raw material to the cell for oxidation, for release of energy. Means what is the system which is responsible for the oxidation of this materials inside of the cell? Means respiratory system. Definitely for oxidation of digested food material, oxygen must be required. That oxygen is continuously supplied to the cell by the respiratory system. So that only respiratory system is said to be as the calorie burner. Means this digested materials are finally reaches to the cell. Inside of the cell, by utilizing the oxygen, they may be gets allowed for burning by the oxidation. By that way finally energy is releases. So that only this respiratory system is said to be as the calorie burner and energy provider. Nothing but inside of the cell for oxidation of this material, oxygen must be required. That oxygen must be supplied to the cell by the respiratory system. In the presence of the oxygen, only these materials are gets allowed for burning in the form of the oxidation to release the energy. So that only respiratory system is said to be as the calorie burner and energy provider. Next to definitely what is the introduction of respiratory system? What is the introduction of respiratory system? Means definitely each and every cell must be continuously provided with the oxygen for getting the allowing the oxidation of the digested food material to release the energy. At the same time, at the end of the oxidation, CO2 is also gets releases into the cell. That CO2 is more harmful to the body, so that only that have to be continuously eliminated to the out from the cell to out. Means oxygen have to be supplied to the cell continuously for release of energy. CO2 which is produced in that particular procedure have to be continuously sent out. For this inhalation of oxygen, exhalation of the CO2, respiratory system must be required. In the case of the fishes, for more effective ventilation, for more effective inspiration of oxygen, expiration of CO2, a specialized mechanism is appears in the case of the fishes. That is said to be as the counter current mechanism. Counter current mechanism is appears in the gill of fishes for more effective exchange of respiratory gases. What is the counter current mechanism? Means just assume this is the gill, this is the blood vessel, this is the blood vessel. In the gill, if the water is circulated in this particular direction, blood is circulated in opposite direction in the blood vessel. between the gill and blood vessel, blood and water, if they are circulated in opposite direction, then that is said to be as the counter current mechanism. That is enhances the exchange of the O2 with CO2. Means by this particular flow of opposite direction of the water and blood, more effectively oxygen gets diffuses into the blood from the gill, and more effectively CO2 from the blood is reaches into the gill. For enhancement of the rate of exchange of the respiratory gases in the gill or in the fishes, counter current mechanism is appears in the case of the gill. That is the one adoption to increase the rate of the exchange of respiratory gases in the case of the fishes. Similarly, in the case of the insects, insects always keep more active, because in the case of the insects such as the cockroaches, tracheal system is present. The tracheal system directly supply the oxygen to the cell and releases the CO2 to the out. Means in the case of the cockroach, in the case of the insects, because of due to the presence of the tracheal system, atmospheric oxygen is directly supplied to the cell. Atmospheric oxygen is directly supplied to the cell. By that way, this insects always keep more active. This is also one adoption for increase the rate of the exchange of the respiratory gases in the case of the insects. Always insects are keep more active because of due to the direct supply of atmospheric gases to the cell through the tracheal system. Means presence of the tracheal system is one adoption to increase the rate of exchange of respiratory gases. Similarly, in the case of the birds, also specialized mechanism is present for increase the rate of the exchange of the respiratory gases. In the case of the birds, lungs are with air sacs. Just assume this is the one side of the lung. This is the one side of the lung of the bird. These lungs are provided with 9 air sacs for double respiration for continuous exchange of the respiratory gases. So definitely this is the one air sac. This is the one air sac. This is said to be as the cervical air sac. This is the cervical air sacs. They are 2 in number. This is the anterior thoracic air sac. Anterior thoracic air sac. Anterior thoracic air sacs. They also 2 in number. This is the anterior. This is the posterior thoracic air sac. Posterior thoracic air sac. They also 2 in number. These are 2. These also 2. Here also this is the posterior thoracic air sac. These are the abdominal air sacs. These are the abdominal air sacs. They also 2 in number. Again, one unpaired air sac which is present, that is said to be as the interclavicular interclavicular air sac, that is single, that is unpaid. Specifically in the case of the board, lungs are provided with 9 air sacs. Of them, cervical air sacs are one pair, anterior thoracic air sacs are one pair, posterior thoracic air sacs are one pair, abdominal air sacs are one pair. Unpaired air sac is nothing but interclavicular air sac. Each and every air sac is with parabronchi. These are said to be as the parabronchi. This is the parabronchi. This parabronchi principally useful for exchange of the respiratory gases. In the board's alveoli are not present. Instead of alveoli, parabronchi are present for exchange of the respiratory gases. This parabronchus allows the diffusion of oxygen from the atmospheric air into the blood during the inspiration, as well as during expiration also. They allows the diffusion of the oxygen from atmospheric air into the blood. Means, while that atmospheric air is passes into the air sac, oxygen gets diffuses into the blood through the parabronchi. Again, during expiration also, while that air gets releases to the out from air sac, again little amount of oxygen gets diffuses into the blood. Means in the case of the board, because of due to the presence of the parabronchi, during the inspiration, during the expiration, exchange of the respiratory gases must be taken place. This is said to be as the double respiration or continuous oxygenation. Means, if in the case of the board, if the oxygen gets diffuses into the blood through the wall of the parabronchi during the inspiration and expiration, that is said to be as the double respiration or continuous oxygenation. Continuous oxygenation of blood and bone, that is said to be as the double respiration. Specifically in the case of the boards only, this double respiration or continuous oxygenation of blood is taken place here. Because of due to that kind of the double respiration only, in board's highest rate of the metabolic activity appears. In the case of the board, highest rate of the metabolic activity appears because of due to the continuous oxygenation of the blood or because of due to the double respiration. In NCERT point of view, very important objective question is that what is the unpaid air sac which is present in the boards means interclavicular air sac is the unpaid. Interclavicular air sac is the unpaid, but rest of remaining 8 air sacs are with the paid condition. Definitely cervical air sacs are paid condition, anterior thoracic are paid condition, posterior thoracic are paid condition, abdominal air sacs are paid condition. Only interclavicular air sac is in unpaid condition here. Next, in the case of the human, respiration or ventilation means homeostasis of O2 and CO2 means maintenance of the constant amount of the CO2, maintenance of the constant amount of the O2 inside of the body, specifically inside of the blood, is regulated by respiratory centers which are present in the medulla oblongata. Medulla oblongata is with respiratory center. That respiratory center principally useful for homeostasis of the O2 and CO2. In addition to that, pneumotaxic center is present in pons varoli. Pons varoli is the part of the brain. Pons varoli is the part of the brain. Definitely in the pons varoli, pneumotaxic center is present. That pneumotaxic center regulates rate of breathing and force of breathing. Means either to increase the rate of the breathing, or for the forced inspiration as well as the forced expiration, this pneumotaxic center is responsible. In generally, the breathing rate of human is about 12 to 16 times per minute. But whenever the person is in vigorous exercise, breathing rate have to be increases than the 12 to 16 times per minute. During that, pneumotaxic center is becomes excitable. That increases the rate of breathing, and during the abnormal condition, forced inspirations or the forced expirations are required. During that also for forced breathing, this pneumotaxic center is becomes excitable. Definitely, for homeostasis of O2 and CO2, respiratory centers which are present in medulla oblongata are responsible. These respiratory centers are present in medulla. They are present in the medulla. Medulla oblongata is also part of brain. Specifically in the case of the human brain, this is the human brain. In the case of the human brain, this is said to be as the pons. This is said to be as the medulla. Definitely in the case of the pons varoli, pneumotaxic center is present. In the case of the medulla oblongata, respiratory centers are present. Respiratory centers are responsible for the homeostasis of O2 and CO2. Pneumotaxic center which is present, that is responsible for the regulation of the rate of the breathing and the force of the breathing. In the case of the human, or in the case of the most of the mammal, what are the structures which are lot useful for inspiration and expiration? What are the structures which are a lot useful means diaphragm and rib cage are a lot useful for the ventilation or the breathing movement. So in most of the mammals as well as in the human, diaphragm as well as rib cage, both of them are a lot useful for ventilation as well as for breathing here. Next, in the case of the human, whenever the persons are visit a height of 6,000 meters, definitely where partial pressure of oxygen is almost half when compared to the sea level. As you are learn in first year in ecology topic, whenever the persons visit a height of 6,000 meters, definitely at a 6,000 meters height, partial pressure of oxygen is almost half, that is 79 mmHg when compared to the sea level. Definitely at sea level, partial pressure of oxygen is almost at sea level, partial pressure of oxygen is 159 mmHg. Means that is almost half at the height of 6,000 meters. Whenever the person visit a height of 6,000 meters, definitely person suffered with a disease that is said to be as the mountain sickness or altitude sickness. That is the mountain sickness or altitude sickness. The main reason for mountain sickness or the altitude sickness is nothing but low partial pressure of oxygen at the height of the 6,000 meters. Then immediately person starts suffering with certain symptoms. What are the means? Nausea, fatigue, heart palpitation. Heart palpitation. Whenever the person visit a height of 6,000 meters, definitely person suffered with a disease that is said to be as the mountain sickness or altitude sickness. Then what are the symptoms which are appears initially in that particular person? Means nausea, that is the vomiting sensation. Fatigue means person is feels as tired, person is becomes as weak, person is feels as the tiredness, that is said to be as the fatigue. Irregular heartbeat begins, that is said to be as the heart palpitation. Irregular heartbeat is said to be as the heart palpitation. Though the person is suffered with this diseases initially, though the person is suffered with this symptoms of disease initially, but forcefully if we can keep that kind of the person in that particular area for some more time, after some time person is adjusted to the low partial pressure of oxygen by developing certain adaptations. What are the adaptations which may be appeared in that particular person, even though if we can keep that kind of the person in that particular area for some more time? Means one is that what are the adaptations which may be developed in this diseased person to overcome that kind of the disease? Means one is the increased RBC production is the first adaptation. Means to overcome that kind of the altitude sickness symptoms, in the person RBC production rate gets increases. Second one is that increased breathing rate. Breathing rate is also gets increases. Third one is the decreased affinity of hemoglobin to oxygen. Definitely in the case of the person